Welcome to the Ableton and Music Habits Podcast, episode 44.
Welcome to the Ableton and Music Habits Podcast, actionable music production tips to take your music to the next level. And now, your host, Jason Timothy.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast. In this episode, I'm going to put the question to you, does writer's block actually exist? So let me try to build my case on this. So first off, have you ever used writer's block as an excuse, for not making music, for not finishing your music, as your reason for not being creative, for your reason for not being inspired? I'm pretty sure we've all been through that, and I'm definitely not an exception. I've been through it many times before. But what's changed for me now is that I question whether writer's block really even exists, and if what I was experiencing was writer's block at all, or if we just use that label as an excuse for other things that can be solved. So there are plenty of things that can come up for us mentally that can hinder our creativity or stop us in our tracks. But is it really writer's block? Are you actually blocked from writing anything at all? Or are you just feeling blocked from writing anything good? I tend to lean toward the idea that writer's block doesn't really exist. Instead, we suffer from writer's perfectionism. So when we don't have a great idea jump right into our head, we feel uninspired. In other words, we think that without that spark, nothing good can possibly follow or come out of that. I think any of us can immediately end writer's block by sitting down and just making something bad. Oftentimes, making something bad starts to clear away the fear of creating. And when you go in with zero expectations, you aren't attached to the outcomes anymore. So what we perceive as writer's block may be nothing more than being too attached to a specific outcome. I would venture to say that some of your best work happened when you didn't expect much of anything to happen. You just started off goofing around, and all of a sudden, something clicked for you. So I think it's time that we stop thinking that writing great music and goofing around are two separate things. I don't think they are. I think they're two sides of the same coin. Ernest Hemingway is famous for the quote, "Write drunk, edit sober." I think he's describing the process of goofing around and just writing poorly, or at least accepting that some of what you write is not going to be the best stuff. So basically writing without expectations. And later he's able to come back, quote unquote, sober, put his thinking cap on, and find those gems worth keeping and then building upon that. I think if we would just allow ourselves to write poorly, we'd never be blocked. Something will always come out. Your time to judge is not at this particular time. In this moment, you're just throwing paint on the canvas until something piques your interest and gives you a nudge in a certain direction. And that is the best definition of inspiration that I'm aware of. I mean, will you ever have those flow states that kind of defy logic, that just come out of nowhere? Yeah, I think absolutely you'll have those moments. But I think these are more rare than is romanticized and perpetuated by artists of all kinds. I think we love to spread the myth that an artist's work is some kind of magic or voodoo. And the problem is we buy into our own story about that. And I think this is a lie that keeps us thinking that if we don't wake up inspired, then we're suffering from writer's block. I mean, do you think this podcast is inspired out of thin air? Of course it isn't. I saw a video about writer's block that resonated with me and with my own personal experience, and I thought it would be a good idea to explore it from a music producer's perspective. So first I just simply started with a title and started writing without expectations. Oftentimes the first couple paragraphs are garbage, just like some of my early ideas on a new song are garbage. But it's all the same thing. Maybe the fact is that we have to let the garbage out of our brain before it gives us the gems. So have you written something bad lately? If not, I highly encourage it. I think it'll help you discover what writer's block really is. A mirage. Happy music making. So there you have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, please subscribe to the podcast and share this with your fellow music producers. You can also follow me on Instagram by searching Ableton Music Habits or Ableton_music_habits. If you'd like to connect with me more directly, you can fill out a quick form at musicsoftwaretraining.com/application. Take care and see you guys next time.